simple ways to reinforce character and confidence at home. So I'm going to give you a list of stuff, things that happen. One thing that is always the car ride after a game. Bruce Brown, guy who started Proactive Sports. I don't know if you know Bruce Brown. The car ride question was brought up, and he's somebody that's, if you ever get a listen to his stuff or see any of his stuff, he has a lot of little books and stuff on coaching, proactive coaching. I would recommend checking him out. The car ride question, your kid, especially, and this goes for any sport, but I'm going to use football just because football is usually once a week. And I know when I played after the game, I was exhausted. On the car ride home, the last thing your kid wants to hear about is rehash out the game they just played. To me, for me, on the ride home, I want to make sure that my kid, hopefully I did this with you, we didn't really want to talk about the game. I didn't want to talk about the game, but because they don't need to. Their body needs time to rest and recover. They don't need to rehash what they just did. They know exactly what happened during the game. And so when you're in that car ride and you want to talk about plays or what the coach did, especially if you start undermining what the coach is doing, I don't think that's healthy as a parent. What are some guidelines you would have on a car ride? What are some questions that maybe you would recommend having with a kid, or give advice to parents about how to ask the right questions, I guess, on a car ride?
So I want to take what you said and expand a little bit. I will say most kids are what you just described. There are kids who want to talk about the game and they want to verbally process it. So the way I have changed my phrasing for this is the car ride home is the worst time for unrequested feedback from mom and dad. And so what I would say is you should go into that car ride knowing I'm going to wait until my kid is ready to talk about this before we discuss anything about the game. And if they want to discuss it, let them ask. That you have to kind of create a culture in your family of, hey, I'm here whenever you're ready. Like, I'll be glad to talk to it, but you've got to bring this up. I'm not going to talk about it without you. The 3 questions you should ask, though, were, are you proud of yourself? Did you have fun? What do you want to listen to? And where do you want to eat? Those are the only 3 questions that should be a part of every car ride. From there, if your kid wants to talk about it, let them talk about it, and you just ask questions. But they are most likely not in a spot to accept and process unrequested feedback on their performance. And people will hear that and they're like, well, we got to prepare them for the real life. And in the Army, we did this. And when they get a job, their boss is going to tell them something right away and blah, 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 blah. These are kids. Their brains have not fully developed yet. We have to treat them in age-appropriate ways. On top of that, even professional athletes don't watch the tape right after the game. The coaches don't come in and correct everything right after the game. They come in, they might say a couple things, but they keep the correction until the next day. Once emotions have had a chance to settle, once their brains have had a chance to clear, once their physical bodies have had a chance to recover as well. If we, so this might step on some toes, but I'll say it. If we care
Go
more
ahead.
about,
You can step on as many toes you want.
if we care more about actual change than we do about just getting our emotions out, then we will wait till the next day, or we will wait until the kid asks for it. But if we have to tell them in the moment, that's less about actually wanting the kid to do better and more about wanting to get our emotions out based off of what we've been feeling for the last hour.